Oh. Well, and here I was thinking that the village I woke up in was pretty bad off. No, this is way worse. Catch up with the author of the notes. Am I gonna have someone to talk to? I was kind of expecting that I wasn't. I kind of expected I was gonna be completely on my own for this entire journey. And given that I don't think there's any voice acting, you are gonna get to hear me voice people. So either you're welcome or I'm sorry. Maybe both. I like that we're getting multiple variations of, like, the shadow people. We're getting the wraiths, we're getting the risen, the surging ones, you know. It's nice. Even though it's one enemy type, we still have variations within that one faction. I am glad that the Grave Guardians aren't like an insta-kill, just because with the note that I had read, I was a little worried that might be the case. I was a little worried that the golems were going to maybe kill you the second they saw you or something like that, so I'm glad that there's something that I can actually deal with myself. Now, it's also entirely possible that by the time I get to the author, he'll be dead too. It's entirely possible that I'm not going to have a friend in this, and they're just trying to, you know, make me feel confident that I'm not all alone. Just to trick me, just to fool me. Now, what happens is when the Surging Wraith dies, they summon the Risen Wraith, so that's how that works. That's why there were times where it seemed like there were suddenly more enemies. So that's a kind of cool effect that they have. The Undercity really reminds me of Act 2 of Vigilant, when you go into like old Windhelm below, you know, modern Windhelm, and it's just all the buildings, just all burnt, all destroyed. So if I have to fight LeMay Ball at the end of this, oh god, then it's really gonna feel like Vigilant. Hello? Yep, I had a feeling that you weren't gonna be alive. Arcane armor, oh, that looks good. I like that. I really, really like that, because that would be Nifscope in terms of the model and a slight retexture, but it looks really nice. It makes me kind of wish that the mace was a retexture or a remodel as well. Fingerbone necklace. Yeah, let me take those and read your note. My caged friend, I don't have much time. The Wraithmother, she who brought us here and trapped all these souls within, she is Hera. She did not just disappear as legends say. It's all an extension of her research. She abandoned her priesthood in search of immortality, not undeath, but the pursuit of the ultimate undoing, of mortality itself. This is all I could gather before she left me to die here. Her temple lies ahead, blocked away. The building opposite the temple is where she emerged before attacking me. Go there, undo the barrier, and when you face the witch Hera in her temple, I ask that you bring my fingerbone necklace with you. Within it is a sacred rite through which I will embody my flame and fight alongside you, so that we can leave this pit together. I'm just gonna take your armor as well, just so that if I can upgrade your new armor, I can match. It is essentially what it comes down to. We all know the fashion game is the end game after all. So building opposite the temple. Is it gonna be right over here then? Yep, here we go. Gravewind study. Hello? Oh god, this is gonna be a large library, isn't it? Oh, this isn't gonna be creepy at all. I was kind of waiting for the water to hurt me. I was kind of waiting for the water to be the same kind of like black goop from the other dungeon. But I guess it'd be impossible to traverse this if that were the case. An old woman is lost in the woods. The depths behind the trees stretch into a dark, endless unknown. Slowly, the unknown reveals itself to her. It offers a single wish. She approaches and... she wishes for a light. She wishes for a way home. She curses it, calling it a demon. Oh, not incorrect. Merely ignorant. Oh, damn. Alright. She wishes for a way home. Also not right. Well, third time's the charm. I kind of had a feeling it was going to be light because of, you know, there being a light, but I was curious what would happen. At least it didn't just insta-kill you, because then that, that wouldn't have been as fun. To me, at least. Well, we're back in the library. Alright, we got another light. Is it going to be the same answer every time? What is the wheel of mortality to one who seeks unending life? A long path, a dizzying plain, a great tower. A long path. An end to unending? Oh, we're getting philosophical now. A great tower. An end to unending? A dizzying plain. Alright, yeah. So it's gonna be different every time, which is kinda cool then. The plants do not live without sunlight, they simply continue to live after death. They are immortal until plucked from the stem. I'm getting closer. That's not ominous at all. That's not concerning whatsoever. That's not a threat. I do see another of the green light walls. At some point, I will finally get the answer on the first try. You find yourself cursed, now invisible. Your only hope is a deaf sage who spends his days atop a tall throne. What is there to do? Call out to him, beg, he's deaf. Topple the throne, accept fate. Topple the throne. Yep, there you go. He's deaf, just throw him on out, you know? That'll get his attention. Ooh, first era, year 523, the year of my death. I drifted through the dark, greeted to no afterlife. No gates opened to my soul, not Sovngarde nor anywhere else in the sky. Just a silent void of nothing. Maybe it was a punishment for bargaining with witches and the likes of the woodland man. Sinking into the emptiness for the first time, I cursed Orke by name. As if in response, I felt something terrible build up in my chest. It burned inside me until the void dissipated and I opened my eyes. Alive. I still recall the pain bursting from my sarcophagus. Scarlet lightning erupted from my veins. My vision blinded by the light, my screams replaced by deafening roars of thunder. When I was finally able to form thought, I simply ran from the crypt, still expelling lightning around my feet. Only one thought existed in my mind. Then, as I ran off into the woods, I am alive. I still do not understand the Scarlet Lightning was a product of my own decades of research, my understanding of mortality. That much I knew, but how it activated on its own entirely still escapes me. How it has undone multiple deaths since now is especially concerning. The very understanding that created it has now been destroyed. I must understand. I have hundreds of ideas swirling around my mind, and I refuse to write within this journal again until I've found an answer. Oh, I was kind of expecting that there wasn't going to be another page. Second era, year 104. I've been secluded from society for so long. They consider the woods I roam cursed. I've tried countless times to recreate the circumstances of my death. I've harnessed the power of souls using the essence of the void to mimic life. Nothing. I've animated stone using the pure anima of the souls. Nothing. I'm struggling to even find corpses unprotected by Orke's blessings anymore. RK, it's been so long since I spoke to anyone. I'm losing hope of finding answers. This may be my last entry ever. It was not. Centuries have passed and the god of mortality still refused to answer my cries. I've created a realm to replace the void that greets me in death, and I have learned nothing. I have captured the souls of countless dead, bringing them here and molding them into my perfect shape. I have brought them back from the dead each. The crimson surging through my veins has only grown stronger. I am a god, and it has changed nothing. Arcade, to Arca, Orke, I have used every name that I know him by, yet he remains silent. He remains slumbering in Aetherius. There is only one option left. If he is to remain silent in godhood, then I must return him to mortality. I must grant him a vessel through which he will finally speak, through which he will have no control over life or death. A vessel through which we will be equals. May one where I will hold power over him. A vessel built from the flesh of thousands to contain the soul of a god. The next entry will be my last, I'm sure of it. Okay. Oh, no other entry. She tricked me. She did fool me. I mean, she's not the first person to feel slighted by Arcae's silence. LeMay Ball, same thing. Is there gonna be something else in here? Or do I just have to go back the way that I came? Oh, here we go. Suspicious cabinet. See, I can sometimes look around. I can sometimes figure things out. Well, this seems like the right place to be. Or this is how I die. Can really go either way, you know? You remain silent, my questions unanswered, and your mouth bound by ascension. So it is that I will have you descend. You, the greatest link in the chain of mortality, will fall to Nirn. Hark, Orke, I will construct a body for you, built from the flesh of those your blessings did not reach. Grant me the power to spread my immortality then, and I grant you the form to do whatever you wish upon Nirn. All I'm saying is Arcae's gotta stop leaving people on red. Ooh, well thank you for curing my diseases. That's actually very kind of you. See, now this would have been a good time to give me the portal. This would be a good time to give me the portal. That would take me to the entrance of the library, to the entrance to the temple, and so on. Oh, never mind. They changed the study on me. Oh, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, scripting-wise, really cool what they've done here. Design-wise, scripting-wise, they really did some cool work. I take back my statement about the portal, about needing a portal, because that was a much cooler way to do that. Almost makes me wish that they did that for the two halls in the mausoleum as well. I'm wondering if this is the end then. I'm wondering if this is like the finale to the mod then. The mod page didn't really give an indicator of how long to expect the quest to be, but I'm also someone that I think, you know, it's better to do something shorter than really try and draw out a story unnecessarily. Ooh, conjure Undying Ghost. Consumes all magicka and summons an Undying Ghost for 60 seconds. The ghost attributes are equal to twice the amount of magic consumed, up to 600. Yes. Thank you. Yes. I forgot the Elite Necromancer robes were a thing. I'll take it, but I'm not going to use it. Oh, let me take the hood as well. Unless that's new. Wait a second. I actually don't know if that's from this or if that's new. Hold on. Okay, it's from Necromantic Grimoire. It's from Creation Club. Listen. I've had all the Creation Club stuff for 3 years now. And even still, I haven't played through all of it because, well, some of it just didn't really interest me. transmutes one piece of Nightshade to its Scarlet variant, or Ectoplasm to Shade stuff if the caster is carrying any. I like that. I like that because it means that even after you leave, even after you finish the mod, you would still have a way to get those unique ingredients that you wouldn't be able to get, because I would assume that you can't come back here at all. Conjure Curse Spectre summons a Cursed Spectre for 60 seconds that drains health and magicka from enemies, yes. I never did consume the Crimson Nightshade either, so let me do that. Scarlet Nightshade, sorry. Okay, also restore health. You know, at least for its first effect. Flightless dragon, cease your trespass. My death will never last, such I have learned over countless centuries. You too will share this fate soon enough. The mortal cycle will crumble into dirt. Life and death will melt into one blissful eternity. And the demon that once bound us to it will be discarded to the rubble. Soon, there will be no more cycles, only Gravewind. Listen, RK's not the nicest guy. I do wish he would stop, you know, ignoring people, but we gotta listen to him. We gotta abide by him. I love that. That looks so goddamn cool. I'm a little scared for this fight, I'm not gonna lie. I'm ready for this fight to absolutely destroy me. Okay. Ooh! Oh, I love the use of, you know, like the Nord, like, puzzle display for that. Like, having the snake cylinder is really, really cool. Are you? Oh!
Yes?
Hello there. Wait. No, I was gonna say, that's not everything. That can't be everything.
Need something?
Wait, was it? Oh, did I just have to destroy the Sentinel? Was that it? Oh. I guess so. Okay, alright, yeah, please don't strike me down. Okay, alright, wasn't that simple, wasn't that straightforward. Good, I was really worried that it would be. Oh, I love the model for that. I like that, I actually really like that she's not this big, massive monster, but rather she's just a witch. She's still the people-sized.
You can never truly stop me.
I can't, but he can. Oh, I was gonna loot her body. I wanted to loot her body. No. Okay, okay. Nope, that was just her first form. Now fight Hera of Skyrim. Another form? Nope. Nope. Oh god, am I in the void? I am a little worried. It's a little dark in here. It's actually very dark in here. Don't tell me this is it. Don't do this to me. Don't give me Skyrim Redux all over again, please. I can't repeat that again. Oh god. Yep, I'm in the void. I can't see anything. That's not an ENB thing, right? Like, it's just pitch black, right? Yeah, it's just pitch black. Oh, it's not... Okay, it's not pitch black, it's just... It might as well be. Oh, that's so goddamn creepy. Oh, they did a really good job making this mod creepy. Like, I really want to commend them for that. I want to save right here, because that's a thumbnail right there. Life Surge Scarlet Cloak added. Completed Lost in the Woods. Back in Falkreath? Yes, yes, we are back. We are home. Okay, and there's Scarlet Nightshade outside the house still, too. I want to see if I can get back. I want to see if there is a way back at all. Yes, okay. So, as soon as you go into the house, you can re-enter Gravewind. And I assume this right here is also going to be our portal back to Skyrim then? Yes, okay. Alright, now that I see, you know, how large Gravewind's overland is, I can understand why we didn't get locations, why we didn't get a proper kind of display map. It makes more sense now. So that no longer bothers me. That's no longer a real hang-up for me. The two endings for the mod are dictated by if you brought the Fingerbone amulet with you or not, which you don't need to wear it, you just need to have it in your inventory, and bringing it and having Richter fight alongside you is more or less the quote-unquote good ending. I'll go into more detail about what that means in the review though, because all of that information is available on the mod page too. Okay, and from the Wraithmother's Hall in the Mausoleum, I can teleport back to the temple. Yeah, this just had really good level design, really good world design. Like, that looks great. That looks so, so cool. Yeah, so the Undercity isn't on fire anymore. Still pretty ruined, still pretty grim, but at least now it's not on fire. I am glad that we can come back. I assumed that we wouldn't be able to because of the infuse ingredient spell, but it's kind of nice that we can, and now we still have that spell just as a means of easily transferring the ingredients over. Okay, so I didn't notice this, but we have Arce's Light in front of the temple. The last rite of Richter stands in his corpse's place. Within it, you hear the deep whispers about the collapse of Gravewind, freeing of the souls within, and a destruction of the homestead that tethers the realm to Nirn. Do you still touch it? Yes. Ooh, okay. Escape before it's too late. Oh, wait, what? Oh, God. Back through the temple, then? Oh, that's gonna be a yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, we gotta run. We gotta book it. Every time a game says before it's too late, one of the first things that comes to mind for me is specifically Halo 1's Warthog run. Just in my mind, that is synonymous with, you know, having a timed escape segment. No, Halo certainly wasn't the first one, but it's just where my mind goes. For all I know, this isn't even timed. For all I know, this is just trying to make me scared and trying to bog me down with the magical anomalies, but I don't really want to take a chance. I don't really want to stand around and see what happens if I wait. The fact that they said before it's too late makes me not want to stop and fight the magical anomalies, you know? I'm not gonna dilly-dally. I'm not here to fight everything. I can't bring them with me. They're not gonna follow me. I hope. Alright, and portal back to Skyrim. Hey, leave me alone. Don't you follow me back home. Death Strider added. Escape before it's too late, and the house is now gone. Which makes sense since it was our link to Gravewind. Let me see all the stuff that I got. Alright, new power Life Surge. Once a day, use Scarlet Lightning to completely restore health. Interesting. Blessing of Mortality for the next 7-ish hours. Resist 10% of poison. Death Strider, undead do 20% less damage. Alright. Now, I had initially planned on using some of the new spells in the final boss fight. I almost wish the boss fight was harder. I realize that I'm a high level and that I'm only playing on Adept, which is the equivalent of normal, of medium, but I do kind of wish that the fight had maybe been a little longer. But still, this was pretty cool. Going into Gravewind, I really wasn't sure how long the mod would be. I was almost assuming it was going to be multiple hours long. But I think it did a really good job at telling a story in a shorter format, and I don't know if it would have made sense for this to be a lot longer than it was. Given that it's not really a mod with a lot of characters to interact with, the story's length felt like a good balance, keeping the plot moving without having long stretches in between just for the sake of drawing out the playtime. One of the strongest points of the mod is the level design, especially how the dungeons rearranged themselves and opened up new passageways when you weren't looking. There's not many mods that I've seen do this well, but Gravewind did it in a way that made a lot of sense, especially given the themes of the mod. I like that we had a bit of variation in terms of the areas as well, from exploring winding underground mazes to a sprawling, burning Undercity, and the Wraithmother's throne world at the very end. I do wish the Scuttling Void had been better lit, which maybe that seems counterproductive to its name, but being surrounded by pitch black immediately had me wondering if something had gone wrong. I also think the portals in the two mausoleum paths could have been handled a little bit better. I think having those place you just outside the mausoleum would have made much more sense than placing you back at the cabin. Not that it's a huge zone to traverse, but given that the mausoleum is how you continue the story, it just felt like an odd design decision. In order to follow the story, it's pretty much essential that you find the notes if you want to understand what's going on. Fortunately, they're pretty easy to find, but this is how the story is communicated to the player. I think they did a good job of telling a story without NPCs or dialogue. The notes were all written well, and I enjoyed the twist of learning that Hera was the Wraithmother, with her motivation being to spite Arkay for his silence. And it's not the first time that we've seen that happen in the Elder Scrolls either. I mentioned how the mod reminded me a bit of Dark Souls, and initially, that was due to just having a cage elevator. But sitting with the mod more, the comparison continues to feel a bit more apt. It's similar in the fact that the Souls games usually don't hold your hand in telling you where to go. It's up to you to figure out what your next move is, to move the story forward. And sometimes that means revisiting an area that you thought you finished, just to realize that you missed a hidden door or the correct passageway. Even having Richter join you in that final boss fight reminds me of being able to summon NPCs for boss fights in the Souls games. But I do think the lead up to the final boss felt a little odd. We enter the temple's throne room, we kill the sentinel, and the quest update gives us the indicator that we've won, and that we can safely go home. I think the intent was to let us think that the sentinel was our final boss, but that wouldn't really make sense. It almost feels like they're trying to go for a fake out in then having you fight the Wraithmother when you've been told you can escape, but I'm not sure if it really came across all that well. The two endings for Gravewind are based specifically on Richter, and if you bring his amulet with you as requested. Given that Richter seemed to have been helping us, I saw no reason not to take him at his word and bring the necklace with me, which then allows him to join you in the fight, and upon returning to Gravewind, lets you use Arkay's Light to collapse the entire realm, freeing all of the trapped souls that Hera has kept here. Alternatively, if you don't bring the amulet with you, you will instead become the Lord of Gravewind. This in turn brings the Undercity back to life, with the ability to interact with the servants living here, demanding them to give you offerings, as well as a new buff called Mark of the Tyrant. The two endings are another way in which this reminds me of the Souls games, where a single choice at the end is what it really comes down to, and you might not necessarily know what that decision will do. There isn't a ton of new gear included within the mod, but that's honestly fine by me. The armor on Richter looked great. The spells are fun variations or improvements on existing spells. The new models for bosses and enemies were really good, and I especially loved that Hera's boss fight had a unique model for each stage. In the end, Gravewind is a short but sweet experience, and it does exactly what it sets out to do. Mods that explore lesser known aspects of Elder Scrolls lore are always super interesting to me, and trying to tell a new story that fits into the lore while taking your own spin on it is really fun to play through. I ultimately wish that I had played this closer to Halloween, but even still, it's something that I think can be an enjoyable addition to your game, regardless of what time of year you play it. But that's gonna be all for today. As always, thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, check out the Patreon or the YouTube memberships, both of which get access to the Discord server. YouTube members also get access to the channel emotes, which can be used in the comments below. And make sure to check out the streams at twitch.tv/0periodproductions. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.